What's good, YouTube? Oh man, I've never seen a deck exactly like this. Talk about a bit of innovation in Chain Burn, and the side deck, so spicy. This is James McGranahan's first ever top 8, getting second place at the Lenexa Kansas Regional. Magician of Faith. Magician of Faith. 2K17 topping regionals. I love it. And this is honestly why I do deck profiles on the channel. I want people to be able to look back and remember their tops, no matter what they're playing, but especially for the ones that go out like this and really do it big. So let's go ahead and get into that deck profile and then his report. Double Maxi, double Magician of Faith, double Backjack, which has a lot of synergy in the deck. Double Pot of Desires, triple Carded Demise, triple Pot of Duality, double Chain Strike, double Wabaku, triple Secret Blast, triple Just Desserts, triple Secret Barrel, 2 copies of Ojama Trio, triple Threatening Roar, double Ceasefire, triple Balance of Judgment, double Blazing Mirror Force, and 1 Ring of Destruction. I believe he was undefeated up till the last round too. Yes, so St. Maddox actually had to beat him to take first with 7-0-1 versus his 7-1, but he was undefeated till the last round. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I don't believe he can actually make that. Well, he can with XC's Universe, but I mean like in the main deck. We have the entire Utopia package. 1 copy of Black Ship of Corn, 1 Heartland Draco, 1 Steel Swarm Roach, 1 Gaga Cowboy, and then the Zoo Engine because he sides it, 1 Tiger Mortar, 1 Trident, 1 Borbo, 1 Broadbull, and an F-Zero. I don't think a lot of people saw him siding into this. Triple Molerat, 1 copy of Yosenju Kama 2, the direct attacker, 2 Des Wombat, ready for the mirror match, I tell you what, 2 DD Crows, 2 Spell of Pain. When your opponent activates a card or effect that would inflict effect damage to you, your opponent takes that effect damage from that card or effect instead. Basically, a quick play to be able to stack on top of his mirror match chain as well. He's basically telling you guys what to do against his deck. 2 XC's Encore, 2 XC's Universe, and a copy of Quaking Mirror Force. Really cool overall. I've got to give this man props. So he says, round 1, 2-1 versus Magic Spectre, drop the game to Secret Village. Round 2, 2-0 versus Dynamist. Round 3, 2-0 versus Pierzu. Round 4, 2-0 versus Artifact Wind Witch Invoke. Round 5, 2-0 versus Pierzu. Round 6, 2-1 versus Artifact Wind Witch Invoke. Round 7, 2-1 versus Pierzu, drop the game to Denko. Round 8, 0-2 versus Infernoids, his only loss, and he says that's an auto loss match. Yes, Infernoids is very, very good against Chamber. So the idea of the deck was to go second every game 1 to commit more cards to the board and then side into the Zoo Engine game 2 when they start playing around the burn cards. The Rat also gives you Trident access to pop side cards like Denko or Decree. The Blazings definitely should have been Quakings, but I couldn't find them in time. And the side and extra weren't ideal either. I still think Blazing is pretty good. It does burn damage. I think it fits in. I get the fact that, you know, you're saying the cards that destroy aren't always going to get to destroy, but I think it fits in just fine. And a really amazing results. I know Moons Gaming is going to be really happy to see this deck profile. But wow, Magician of Faith 2K17, Backjack, of course, we see it here and there, but main deck, it's so strong. I really, really like this man's deck. I just want to comment on how cheese it is that, like, the entire extra deck is, like, geared for, like, extra damage that's not the zoo part. Like, this is geared to be able to pump out huge damage over a card when they don't expect attacks coming. This is geared to actually inflict 1,000, perhaps, per game. This does 2,000, and, this, of course, Gaga Cowboy for game, famous saying. I really like how much actual kind of theory there is to this. I don't know about the comma. And again, he says the side deck and extra were not ideal to him, but I think the side deck, or extra, is actually made really well. But you notice there's only 13 in the extra, so he actually had slots for a few more cards. But oh man, this still was really, really cool. And I'm really glad that he was willing to share the profile with the channel. Oh, what do you guys think about this one? This is exactly why I do deck profiles on the channel. I love having people be able to look back and really see what they did. My first ever top 8 was with a 56 card. 56 card. This is way back. Like final countdown, burn, 3 messenger, 3 peace, 3 gravity bind. So actually, burn has a special place in my heart. But it was an insane deck. 3 wave motions, 3 fairy box, 3 Sasuke Samurai number 4, and I lost in the top 8 to a mana core loop. It gets worse. Turn 20, game 3 end phase of Final Countdown. So, when I look back at these, like, I really want the pilots to be able to look at their deck profile and see what they did. Be it meta, you know, because you're going to have those meta tops, or when they went full out like this and did something silly. I want them to look back at their event, be able to remember that day, and remember exactly what they played. And I wish I had that for my tops. I have like 23 regional tops. I wish I could go back and see every one. So that's why I do crazy ones like this. That's why I do meta. All the meta people. There was actually a comment that was on my last video, the Yugi Nono one, about, you know, it was a skit. And they were like, you should only feature special deck profiles. They're the only ones that deserve a feature. And I want you guys to realize what I'm doing with the channel is tournament results. And it's for the players, and I know a lot of people actually dislike that I do so many deck profiles. I have a lot of people unsub when I do that, like when I'm going deck profile on the weekends. A lot of people are like, okay, the notifications are too much, or man, I didn't want to see so much Zoo unsub. Like, there's a reason that I do it. Like, if you tried to submit a report to me, you had it all written up, you knew that I took top cut deck profiles, but then I'm like, nah, this is too generic. You might understand, or you might go, man, I took all that time, I'm not going to bother again when I top with something interesting too. So, like, I want somebody to be able to see their entire, you know, tournament life, to be able to look back even after they quit, come back a year later and be like, search themselves, I did this, I did that, be able to show their friends, like, that play Yu-Gi-Oh! What you did. Like, I think that's truly special, and it's not all about showing these interesting decks, but at the same time, it's really cool to see them. And I don't know how else to put it to you guys that I know I'm taking this man's deck profile to say this, but I really appreciate what he did here too. Like, it's so special. Like, you took Magician of Faith and almost went undefeated at a regional. That's so cool. You took this deck and were able to, like, do something in a format where, yes, the deck has started to appear, but I think this is our first American result for the deck, if I'm not mistaken. I have not seen it top an American event. I've known it a year. Glasgow has posted a few, but this is your first regional top. And I really feel that because I did it with Burn, but it's so cool, in my opinion. It's and a lot of people, you know, dislike the deck, but it's you live long enough as the villain to become the hero. It's so cool to me, and I want to show off this man's, you know, next top, even if it's meta. I want to show off his next top, even if it's a cookie cutter, or if he innovates again. Like, it's so cool. I do not think anyone the rest of this year probably will top with this card. Of course, I can always be wrong, but I really don't think anyone else this entire year will be topping with Magician of Faith in their deck. And this is kind of one of those special moments. Or Yosenju Kama number 2 in the side deck with an actual purpose to use it. Or a Chain Burn deck that was ready for the Chain Burn mirror. There's just so many awesome things that you have done. And it's really awesome to see. And that's what this channel is about when it comes to deck lists. Showing the tournament results, showing off awesome deck lists, showing off meta deck lists, showing off any deck list, as long as I know that you did not cheat to get there. I want to show off your results and show you off to the people that would enjoy such a deck. So thank you all for watching so much. Thank you all for, you know, putting up with this little rant. But But I'm probably like an old man talking about his Rapidash, like relating this to my first regional top. But it really is just kind of one of those special moments, a special deck profile, and thank you so much for sharing it with us.